everyone, today it's about another faulty Mesa card. It's a Mesa 7i84. This is an expansion card that connects via smart serial to a Mesa system, thus providing I/O expansion. Yes, this is Mark's card we're looking at. He's already made a video explaining exactly what happened. You can watch it there. I think it was something about a short circuit. Ultimately, the card has a fault and is no longer communicating. He has also already started desoldering ICs himself to try and narrow down the fault a bit more, but without any success. And I'm taking you along with me today, and we'll see if we can rescue Mark's card again. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to start by performing some measurements with the multimeter, and then I'll do nothing else. Oh, but search for short circuits. What that means is I'll take the 5 volt and 3.3 volt lines here and check against GND to see if I have continuity anywhere or if I'm measuring a resistance. I have found that in the 3.3 volt line, which is the power supply for the microcontroller, there's a short circuit to ground. And so that I could then roughly narrow down which components might potentially be causing this issue, I applied voltage, and then with a thermal camera, I observed which components would get very quickly warm or even hot. And here, the microcontroller clearly stood out as the culprit. This means most likely the microcontroller here is hit and can no longer be used. I then started desoldering the microcontroller to double check where the short circuit was. So after desoldering, I simply searched for the short circuit on the microcontroller and again on the board. And indeed, the microcontroller was short-circuited on its pins, and the board no longer had a short between the 3.3 volt line and ground. So I then decided to simply solder on a new microcontroller. And yes, as you know, a microcontroller only functions with its firmware, which is essentially the instructions it needs to operate. That was missing in this particular case. I did try to somehow load the firmware from the old broken chip, but that didn't work anymore. As I said, if it's short-circuited, it simply won't function.
It has truly indeed fried. But that's why I had such high hopes to take the firmware from another Mesa card.
And if you take a closer look at the 7i84, then it is quite similar to the 7i76 in terms of its I/O part. It actually has the exact same chip installed. And I then simply tried to flash this firmware onto the device in order to, let's say, establish some kind of communication. And that actually worked out quite well, at least initially. So the card first communicated again with the main board, in this case a 7i86S, and then my thinking was, okay, if it's already communicating, fundamentally speaking, then I can use the Mesa tool to also flash the actual firmware for the 7i84. So I then read through a little bit of the documentation, I downloaded all of the relevant files, and then I basically attempted to bring the firmware of the 7i84 up to its current version. That also worked out perfectly, and the card registered itself within Linux CNC once again as a 7i84, but on the board itself, there's still a red LED glowing, which indicates that a specific channel of the power supply voltage. Yes, either the voltage isn't being measured or it's completely missing. And be that as it may, I then, in a manner of speaking, I had the suspicion that these output drivers were still responsible for it. So I then started to simply replace these output drivers again in the hope that this error would then go away and I could use the card again. So after I had finished soldering all of the output drivers and then, of course, cleaned up everything thoroughly, I began once more within Linux CNC to test the functionality of the card, so to speak. That means I applied the necessary voltage, started up a configuration, and then checked to see if I could actually do anything with the card. But I've run into the problem once more that one channel of the supply voltage isn't being recognized here. So you need to be aware, the 7i84 actually has 2 channels where you apply the field voltage. These are specifically field B and field A. And if one of these supply voltages is either not present or not being measured, then the card will indeed communicate, but it simply won't function. This means you won't be able to read any inputs and you won't be able to switch any outputs. Yeah, and that was such a moment where I thought, okay, how do I get around that now, or what could that be? And then I gave it some more thought, and ultimately a microcontroller, in this case, these microcontrollers from Mesa, they are, so to speak, loaded with a basic firmware. And on top of that comes the firmware that handles the communication. And this is precisely the core issue. I've actually installed the basic firmware from a 7i86 board. However, it doesn't support this 2-channel measurement capability. What that means is, to measure 2 channels, the microcontroller needs to provide 2 dedicated analog pins and then accurately measure the value through them. And the 7i76 simply doesn't do that. Only the 7i84 is capable of performing this function. This means I'm stuck here. I've tried everything possible. What I need at this point is the that is to say, the actual, the complete firmware package for the 7i84. Yes, a few days have passed since then, and I was indeed able to get my hands on a 7i84. And as I mentioned, I only have it for this specific firmware because I was absolutely convinced that there were no more electrical or electronic errors on the board, meaning that everything there was truly intact. It must genuinely be the case that this basic firmware doesn't provide this analog pin, and that's why the error appears, indicating that the channel has no voltage. Yes, I just downloaded the firmware for the 7i84, and then I installed it onto the 7i84 that I bought from the market. At least that's what I believed I did, but something still wasn't quite right. So I haven't figured out why she isn't communicating, and well, something must have gone wrong. Either I didn't download the firmware file correctly from the chip, or I didn't upload it onto the chip correctly. I wanted to get started again and experiment a bit with the Mesa update, trying out different versions and settings, but then I just said to myself, okay, maybe something really went wrong. So I just downloaded the firmware again from the 7i, and I did all of this very calmly and carefully and rechecked and verified it. Then I put it back on the market card, and what do you know? Yes, it's communicating. And the best part is the error of one or both channels not receiving voltage is also gone. This means the assumption that the basic firmware ensures these pins have the correct functions has been confirmed. And yes, now it just remained to verify if all functions are working. And that's what I did. I checked all the inputs, so to speak. Are they responding? I checked all the outputs, and that means all functions should now be intact again. The market can expand its shackle with the card. And yeah, then all that's left for me to say is, if you truly enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one. A huge thank you to all Patreons, and here's a personal shout out to Marks. Have fun with your card, and then I'll say goodbye. Until the next video.